we are Gholdengo gaming tonight. Should be rather fun. Last time I played Gholdengo, it went pretty good, so let's hope it goes just as gooder tonight. Round one up against the one and only Regidrago V-Star deck. They're playing, yeah, nothing really too out of the norm. The Suppressor Turos, I guess. It's really the only thing that really shouldn't mean a whole lot in this matchup. So I guess only one Night Stretcher for recovery, which does mean Radiant Charizard is a little harder to use. So yes, this should be wonderful, fantastic. Alright, this should be fun. As a Gholdengo one trick, I'm fine with this matchup. But yes, how you doing, everyone? It's been a while. It's been like a week or so. Worlds happened, a lot of dramas happened, and yeah, here we are today playing Cheese Stick. But yes, a lot's happened. I don't know if I want to go into all that's happened either, but my favorite pet's like getting recognition by content creators. Oh, what's that? Oh, I reset right when they sent me, bro. How's it going? I mean, it's going fine. I mean, it's just, yeah, just another day. It's all right. TP plays again at Worlds. Goated. Actually, I'm feeling pretty good because the video put out today was one of my favorite Alloutblitzle uploads, and I truthfully did not think it was going to do that well, because it's kind of, I think the packaging was pretty solid, but I think that, I mean, it's not necessarily like doesn't appeal to the broadest audience, but the people liked it. I can't complain. You know what? My chat's not showing on screen, is it? That's crazy. Kind of all discombobulated. I haven't streamed in like a week. Alright, let's get it. They're not online, Bira. I do all this all for you to just not be online. What's on the door? It means I can write stuff on the door now. It's pretty sick. I can I have like a marker and I can write on the door. So I can write all kinds of cool things. I can do all sorts of cool stuff. It is very, very cool. Rumor has it I even could write people's names on the door. Should I put your name on the door? True. Am I list correct? Hopefully. I write my prizes. I could. Yeah. There's the door now. Currently there's just a smiley face, but I mean, yeah, it's fine. Yo, what's up, Casey? It's been so long. It's like only been a week, but I don't know. It feels like it's been a while. I mean, at least it just feels weird, like going like a week off from streaming. I mean, there were times when I was streaming like every day of the week. So I'm washed. I'm all out washable now. Okay. This hand is not very good. I mean, we got PokéStop. We just need PokéStop to do stuff, which is not always the best. I mean, we got Cypher for next turn. It's like Cypher Stop for Aroma. It's pretty hard. Arbok seems alright. Okay. Night Stretcher. That's not really the best. Come on, PokéStop. Help bro out. Alright, got me Ninja. Heavy Ball. This gimme prize? Okay, we're start. What? This dang PTCGL RNG? What the heck, bro? What is bro supposed to do with this? Huh? That dang PTCGL RNG strikes again. Oh my gosh. Just take prizes? I had not thought of that. That's a good reminder, Zen. Just attached to Gimme, but it's fine. Watch me get Prime Dragon Laser turn 1. That'd be so sad. And we are in fairly good shape to take a KO next turn, and I mean, this matchup's kind of just a 2-2-2 simulator. I mean, they have Radzard that can throw us off, but we got Bundle and Prime and Night Stretch and all kinds of great stuff, so it's probably fine. Yeah, Hyper Aroma for one Dengo would have been pretty tragic, honestly. I want to kind of, I'm playing Klefki in my list now. I kind of want to show that active turn one, but that the cologne anyway, so wouldn't have mattered. Oh yeah, and it forced them to bench Hawlucha just to play around it, which is a little annoying for them. They spin the stop. Actually, Mills Radzar, which is definitely relevant because I only play the one Night Stretcher. I don't like them getting double E-switch though. I'm guessing that's not what they were looking for though. But they could potentially have the turn one Dragon Laser. They have the Vessel for one. Have the Ultra Ball. So they could have double E-switch. Yeah, they could turn one Dragon Laser here. If they want to. They throw away the second SER and Prime. So they're sitting on E-switch, Grass. They're going to get Pawn. So they're all in on this Dragon Laser. I just knocked... Oh, they're going Billy? Why'd they even grab an energy then? Interesting. Yeah, why would you grab an energy if you're going to throw away your only both your SERs? That does not check out at all. Okay, interesting. They took my stop away, which is very annoying. I still should be in pretty alright shape to be able to punch next turn. Like, I can have 4 energies down. I just need to be able to find like 2 more. And Cypher can get me Vessel, so... Oh yeah, we're destroying the... No! Dude! Come on! Absolutely stream sniped. This is terrible. Dang, man. First you hit your 1-up stage to take my stop away, then you give me this, bro? And the third one, dude, I knock at this Drago and the game ends. They're on triple E-switch. All their SERs. Prime catcher. Oh, come on. You can't do me like this. Come on, deck. Earthen Vessel. I definitely want to get a shuffle in here. Because I mean, the Cyphers, they're really not that good if I'm spending Ninja to find them, but we trust that we get somewhere here. I can probably I have to Buddy Poffin. It feels pretty, well, if I'm whiffing KO this turn, I'm probably cooked anyway. Let's just thin it out. Alright. I don't really want Nest Ball for anything. One stop. Give me Ultra Ball, Hyper Aroma. Or mill my only Gholdengo. I appreciate that as well. We like have the knockouts if we would have pulled Night Stretcher or anything off of that. I don't think we're cooked. They just go, I mean, they go Cure and take 3 next turn, and that's really bad. Coin toss, 11 heads angle maybe. I think I bait them. I keep Fez active. Damn, we're so close. Let's keep Fez active and pass. Try to bait them into going Pult Attack rather than... I just have no hand disruption in this list anymore, so it feels like it's going to be hard to get them to miss after they start ahead. But... I mean, we didn't really have any... Like, if I retreat, they just go Cure him. Which, to be fair, isn't the worst, since they're down triple E-switch double SER. It'd be sort of difficult to work their way back from that, but it wouldn't be impossible either. Especially when I give them time to attach energies and stuff. Did mill a boss, and Nest Balls don't get them super far. Man, that Iono is tragic. My hand was loaded there into just nothing. I mean, it wasn't even just nothing. I saw a fair amount of cards, just wasn't enough. Hopefully they get greedy here and like spin the Legacy Star, try to get Kyurem. And we can punish them. There's the last energy switch. Man, if I was playing Control right now, we'd be cooking. How in the world did I manage to get Sander to collab with me for a video? It's the power of just asking questions. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You just be like, yo, Sander, do you want to record a video with me? Bro says yes, and it happens. It's nothing super. They do spin the Legacy Star. I guess they didn't have pull it down, did they? Or no, they did. Wait, no, they didn't. And they had double pull. I mean, odds were pretty good that they had it like that. I suppose I could have retreated up this Gimmighoul in past in hopes that they whiffed, right? That maybe was the play, honestly. I think this is still winnable. They go Prime and Boss. I don't know what they're trying to do with that, unless they're gonna go double Gimme KO here. I guess, yeah, they could go Prime. They're gonna go double Gimme KO. But they didn't get back any recovery, which is what I think we have going for us here. That's interesting. We have Boss Prime, right? They're gonna go double Gimme KO. What they don't know is I only have the one Gimmighoul that I'm working with, so it's no biggie. Alright. And hey, I gotta keep the Fez around. I think that was a misplay by them, to be honest. Unless they had something that, well, you needed to pull prizes. I guess the issue, well, no, this thing dies no matter. I do not know. I just don't know. Alright. We can see so many cards this turn. Why need Kyurem attack? Didn't have it in the discard. I do need a backup dude. Alright. Let's attach to the dude. We can Cypher back. Let's see. Do I have... Alright, that's good. SER and I need Night Stretcher because my other Dango is down. I think I can just spin stop here to be... Well, no. Yeah. Night Stretcher. I already have the SER. Night Stretch. What's on? I guess I do kind of want the SER, maybe not this turn, but the future. No, chill, Doc. Don't get mad at me. It's fine. We didn't need bundle anyway. I was looking in my deck for the other Gholdengo that's just not there. Let's rumbling for 3. I can see so many cards here. It is rather incredible. Yeah, this thing is deleted. Let's go thin out our energies. Can flip, can coin bonus. That's where I kind of wish I had some kind of hand disrupt, because I could like hit them with the Roxanne and hope that they whiff Radzard next turn. Dang, bro. Alright, we can just pitch the Klefki and a Buddy Poffin. Get this one hit. Alright. It's not over. It's gonna still be difficult, but... Alright, 6 energies, 1 hit knockouts. Yeah, really just that turn 2 was just really unfortunate. That start was pretty strong, but couldn't follow it up. How are you feeling about Baltimore meta? It's a mess, if I'm being honest. The Worlds did not make things... yeah, like Worlds kind of messed things up. Or made things harder to predict, I would say, because of the unexpected results. So now it's like... how do those unexpected results translate to the meta? Because like no one, I mean, yeah, no one expected Roaring Moon. I'd say Thorns was expected, but it still overperformed. Like I know on Twitter there's a lot of people saying that like Iron Thorns, the meme deck people who played Thorns threw their invite away, and I don't think that was true. Like if you're paying attention to online results, you kind of knew that Thorns was definitely a real deck. That it was definitely no longer a meme deck. So yeah, if you thought it wasn't going to do well, you definitely were kind of coping a little bit. But I don't think really anyone expected it to just win the whole thing, right? Also, the Roaring Moon deck was a surprise. The like Miraidon success was definitely a surprise. It's definitely a tournament of surprises, because like Gardevoir, which is like always a deck the top players flock to. People were extremely scared off playing it because of Regidrago. Regidrago was higher usage than people expected. Charizard drastically underperformed. Like there's like a lot of different, I think a lot of different conclusions you can draw. One of the, yeah, like when you're metagaming for Baltimore, like there's like no bad players at Worlds, right? And obviously the field in Baltimore is going to be full of a lot less good players. So like how does that impact the decks that people choose? Like is Reggie, like I don't think anyone like for Worlds you're like locked in trying to pick the best deck. Like you're playing to win, or at least playing to do extremely well. And I guess people are doing that for Baltimore, but they're like not good. They're like not people at Worlds, or not nearly as many people at Worlds saying like I'm just here to have fun. So I could see the metagame being a little less like, I don't know if concentrated is the right word. Dang. Imagine, I think they're looking for Regidrago. Imagine they ended up milling that. That's kind of what we're talking about here. And I don't know if it will, to be honest. I mean, I think I need Night Stretcher prized. I think that's my win con. Oh yeah, I think Drago and the aggro decks are definitely going to be the most played deck, but I would be a little surprised if Regidrago is in the 25% category again. I do think the other aggro stuff will steal meta percentage from it. I think like Charizard and Gardevoir just don't really seem as appealing of, like Charizard and Guardian are in such weird spots because they take terrible Regidrago matchups. Which if that's going to be 20% of the room, that seems pretty unacceptable to just take a loss to that. But they are so good against all the beatstick decks that prey on Regidrago. So yeah, it's a really weird kind of triangle thing where like Regidrago beats the evolving decks beat the beatstick decks beat Regidrago. And then Thorns is kind of like a massive question mark, because it does sort of feel like it has been catching on a ton online, and it sort of feels like one of those decks that it feels like one of those decks that's just, no matter how good it is, people aren't going to want to play it. So like it's just like kind of stall. It's kind of like a toxic, gross, evil deck that it's not very interesting to play either. The Apex Dragon. I was hoping that they would use Kyurem and I could just start draw passing and end the game. Alright. What's my... I have 8 energies down here, right? Okay. Can I do anything cheesy here? They're down, I guess they still have a handful of energies, right? 7. I mean, they have a 1. I just lose to Radzard Night Stretcher Fire. I need to hope that one of those is the last 2 prizes, I think. Which definitely feels pretty bad, but I don't really know what other option I have. They have Tina down, right? They don't, technically. Is that a higher percentage play? They're down triple ultra. I mean, they still have research. They could probably still just research and win the game. Okay, I was like trying to see if maybe we could beat the system. I'm also running extremely low on energy recovery. I think I know I still should have enough to close out the game. I have another SCR, so I won't need all these energies either. Alright. I think I can spin the stop in case I get Iono, just so I don't think I need any of these cards in the deck. I just might as well burn through them. We have to KO this Drago and just pretty much hope for the best that they prize one of either Fire or Radzard. That's 6, right? Okay. They definitely should have Goodred. Right? Because I'm not... Well, I would have still had 9 energies in hands, because I wouldn't have had to attach one. So I still could have got there, but it would have forced more out of me. Like, I don't think the Pult math ever matters. What about the Ogre Pawn? Interesting. Throw 6 Gholdengo mac and cheese. Now we're cooking. Would have padded, you're right. But yeah, you're... I kind of need to boss next turn. That was sort of my like thought process. But yeah, you're probably right. I need a boss or bundle next turn. I have pretty good odds of drawing what I need though. Like I had like 2 ciphers, a vessel, Hyper Aroma is just an insta play. I think my last 2 prizes are both Gholdengos. My opponent does play Radzard. No! Imagine they milled the Drago last turn. They would have lost. Dang, dude. Actually, no, I don't think they would have, because they could have just Dragon Lasered. RIP. Yeah, just prizing 3 Gholdengos and the turn 1 Dragon Laser on their part totally griefed my start. And still, that Iono was brutal. We had a really good hand. Dang. Matchup feels fine. I mean, having some kind of hand disrupt would have been nice there. Because, like, if I, like, Roxanne them that turn, and they, like, have to PokéStop, there's a chance they could, like, mill their fire and, to draw into the Night Stretch. Rigid Band is just like impossible to find, and like you're probably always gonna have a Gholdengo on your bench that can just get gusted up, so I don't think it really matters. RIP. Thorns is a good deck and fun. It's definitely an extremely uninteresting deck to play. It is super boring. I played hours of ladder with it because one of my coaching students was playing it for Worlds. I played hours of it on ladder and it was just so boring. Like I could never play that deck for a big tournament. Yeah, I like the key a lot for Drago, for Iron Thorns. I think it's better than Manaphy, to be honest. Because Manaphy is really only good if you go second versus whatever it's called, Regidrago. And just go first. Banette Stream 1. I've thought about playing Banette today. The thing is, I've always liked playing Banette, but it hasn't treated me extremely well in the past. Not that it hasn't treated me well, I'm just not the best at it. Good Joe's list. Alright. why Revavroom over Bib. I liked it as 140 HP, so it doesn't die to 2 Dragapult snipes, which isn't like, I guess, like the biggest of deals. I mean, it doesn't die to Kyurem Hawlucha either. I mean, it has 1 retreat instead. You'd probably have to play the 2 retreats, 7 HP Bidoof, which is annoying. I mean, I think they're pretty similar. I mean, Bib is like, you can potentially draw more cards with Revavroom, I guess, and throwing it to energy isn't necessarily a bad thing. And it's a little bit tankier, not as awkward to move, but they're pretty similar, honestly. I did see Henry Brand's list. It's not a fan of discarding energy. I think it's fine early game. It's a little worse late game, I think. But I don't think the discarding energies is really that big of a deal. Also doesn't die to Iron Hands, not that that matters a ton, but I mean, you can potentially build a board where nothing can get amped, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I think they're pretty similar. Probably doesn't make a massive difference if you were to take one out and put in the other. Because yeah, Bib is better late game. So yeah, there's that. There's a lot of competitive quad decks. I mean, just because it's a quad deck doesn't make it boring. Like, it was really like, I enjoyed playing Gardevoir Sylveon because like it felt like with the Greens engine you had a ton of options, or you could make a lot of cool different plays. But Thorns just kind of feels like make my opponent brick and flip head simulator. Like, yeah, just kind of, yeah. I don't really like enjoy playing a deck, and this is like coming from, yeah, you definitely feels like you don't have control. I like to play decks where I feel like I can do something, that I either can like, my skill as a player has some sort of sway on how the game goes. And Iron Thorns just sort of feels like, well, if like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter. The skill of it does matter a little bit, but definitely not as much as most of their decks in format. Like, I can face like someone who's probably not the best at Gardevoir, and it doesn't really matter. I'm like never gonna beat that. So yeah, it's just, I think people were being overly hateful on it. No, like the Cornerstone Frigoraph deck. I mean, it was certainly goofy. I'll give you that. It's pretty funny. I also dislike the argument. Like, I see it on like Twitter where people are like saying Thorns is a very easy deck, which is an objectively true statement. They're like, oh, watch Fernando play it, and you can see like all sorts of cool different plays. And like, of course, any deck has a skill ceiling of like plays you can do that like the beginner player would not initially see when first picking up the deck. Like, that's gonna be true for any deck in format. So just because like Fernando played it extremely well does not mean it's, I mean, I'm not trying to discredit Fernando at all, but that doesn't, just because you can do cool plays with it doesn't make it like not an easy deck. You got breaking and top card or the final round, back to a quad lax. 1-3 back-to-back cups and challenges. Like, I also think Stall is one of the easiest decks in format. Like, Miraidon's a pretty easy deck in format, but like you can do different, like, or like Raging Bull. Like at the core of it, it's not a very hard deck. You have a pretty scripted game plan, game flow that you're trying to follow pretty much every game. There are different tricks you can do that will like separate the average Raging Bolt player from a great Raging Bolt player, but just because you can do different, you can, yeah, just because you can do different things does not make the deck like not easy. I don't know. Is there any luxury gamers tonight? There's a few. I wanted to play it tonight. The Raging Bull matchup is like really what annoys me the most. I agree with you. There's really not a like. I mean, yeah, there's like Gardevoir and Control, and I think even Charizard is like skill ceiling on the deck is pretty high. Really, any PGO deck has a relatively high skill ceiling. But yeah, a lot of the decks in form have a pretty high skill floor. By the inclusion of Klefki, I guess I'll just pull up the list. Klefki is, I mean, it gives you some kind of shot against Iron Thorns. You can shove it up, use your abilities. Once you hit one knockout versus Thorns, you pretty much win the game. Because you can just keep SCR for your knockouts turn after turn after turn. It also is good against any Ogerpon deck, Miraidon. Just shove it up going first and basically deny them from playing the game by yourself some time to set up. Are you facing me? I seem to face you a decent amount. I'm gonna have Bolt. This should be fine. Bolt with Fluttermane. Yeah, I'm gonna put up Klefki and you're gonna put up Fluttermane. That's wild. It is kind of funny how it's like just a mini set. Gardevoir goes from BDIF to kind of mediocre. Fluttermane's not better because it doesn't shut off bench abilities. So you wouldn't shut off like a bench to Ogerpon. Also, you can't find it with Buddy Poffin, which is a pretty massive deal. You have so many fewer outs to find it right away. You wouldn't shut up like bench to Ogerpons or bench Miraidons or bench Squawkabillies. I wouldn't even say Kyurem. It's Fezandipiti. Because like the check for like aggro decks has always been your mid to late game was kind of unstable because of like Iono or unfair stamp plays, but like Fez is just so convenient draw power. And there's really like, I mean, you're already gonna have liabilities on your bench, so it doesn't feel especially bad to put it on the board. Like, it's the same amount of HP as your 210 like HP Ogerpon. So like it doesn't matter that you're putting down another 2-prizer. I think Fezandipiti made the format a lot less enjoyable to play. I think Kyurem also, to an extent, made the format a lot less enjoyable. I mean, for a while I felt like, okay, hold up, this format's not that bad. Like everyone who's saying it sucks is kind of coping, but it does sort of feel like a hit hard aggro decks. There's a lot of Pokemon catchers, which just leads, or just coin flips in general, which just leads to pretty unfun gameplay. Yeah, I can definitely see why this format is kind of hated. Thoughts on the World's Gholdengo list? I like some of the stuff that they're playing. I really like the Klefki inclusion, something I hadn't thought about, but seemed really smart. I'm still kind of not super sold on Palkia, because it doesn't have great. I mean, they're playing Pokemon catchers, which I think is, if you're playing Palkia, like Hyper Aroma is just too good in the deck. You sort of have to play it, so you can't really get max value out of like the Greninja Cologne play. But by playing the Pokemon catchers, you can kind of make up for that a little bit. But yeah, I feel like kind of the whole appeal to Radiant Greninja, or to Palkia, was the Radiant Greninja upside. But that's kind of not even really that good anymore because of Hyper Aroma. So I kind of like this straight build, just try to be like more consistent. Not have the extra steps basically. I think Palkia is alright. There definitely could be merit to it because it is just like kind of a solid beat stick attacker when you just can't get your energies built up immediately. Oh yeah, Fez is just like too convenient. Like a lot of the time you have to choose between taking energies out of play and taking out Fez, which is just like, dude, I have this dang PCGL RNG, bro. I've opened Fez twice. That's actually really bad. They can take the first prize. Dang. First 2 prizes. Bro, what? Like the one thing is I don't want to open. Anything else is acceptable. Sad face emoji. And they gave me PokéStop. What if I should have gone first and gone for the shove Klefki plan? Probably, actually. Now that I'm playing the Klefki. I was always worried about going second against Bolt and getting off to a slow start. It is kind of interesting that Oricorio was like, it was played, it saw a moderate amount of play, but it wasn't in like every deck. But it feels like Fez is in like literally everything. With like no exception. And it's like, I mean, I guess there are a few decks that don't play it, but it's like, why is Fez so much more played than Oricorio was? And I think some of it maybe because Dedenne was so good, so like you had some draw already. I don't think ADP, because people still played Crobat and Dedenne. And there was reset stamp, like there was still, I mean, there wasn't as much disruption, but there was like Marnie. Oh my gosh. Yikes, bro, that is not good. Pokey fraud strikes again. All right. That's definitely not what I wanted to happen. I would have liked at least a Nest Ball or something to get more dudes down. I mean, their PokéStop doesn't really help them either. I guess it does make some sense that, like, it's because those... They're gonna Prime Catcher my only Gimmighoul, aren't they? Yeah, this is bad. I think we're in trouble. Man. The Prime Catcher. Gotta be joking me. They still have no Ogre Pawns down. That's great. Even if I'm to switch off the top, I shut off my own Fezandipiti. That was ingenious. Bro, I'm so bad at this game. I forgot about my own dude. Attack with Klefki? I might. No, I'm not. Come on, dude. The Klefki did not do what I wanted it to do. But also, if I didn't go Klefki and I would second Gimme instead, they go knock out Fezandipiti and I still probably lose this game. So I don't think it makes that much of a difference, to be honest. The Joust would have been funny, but I wouldn't have got a Gimme down. Dork's different tonight? Bro, I can right step on the door, it's crazy. Just wasted a catcher? Bro, you're trolling. They start 2 prizes ahead. It's basically the same thing as knocking out Fez, but more annoying for me to deal with. Yeah, I probably just lose the game, because I have no hand disrupts. I start 2 prizes behind, so... I mean, all they have to do is just not miss, which shouldn't be that difficult because I don't have any disruption. Even if I did, it would be pretty hard for them to miss. Oh, okay. I'm definitely like, I kind of want like the Roxanne. Or just some sort of some kind of other draw power in this deck, or not just draw power, but some kind of disruption. I need 7 energy. sick. I mean, yeah, we probably just lose this game. If I had Roxanne, there'd probably be a shot, but I still have to find it, which is pretty tough. Like, in theory, Roxanne or Iona are just not great cards in this deck because, like, if you're coming from behind, you're already, like, it's already kind of bad. I think 1 is probably alright. But this game is probably still chalked even if I do have a Roxanne. But it would have definitely helped the first 2 games. It would have given me a chance, at least. But also, yeah, opening Fezandipiti briefed me some. And yeah, they get Pal Pad Pokegear. I do not think my lack of Iona is making a difference. A dang PCGL RNG giving me Fezandipiti back-to-back games. Feels bad. If that was a Gimmighoul, bro, we'd have double Gimme with Klefki. Would have been fine, but that gosh darn PTCGL RNG. Yeah, I would play Roxanne before I played Iono. Because you really only wanted late game anyway, so. Drop? Oh no. I think this is like World's asymmetrical cut structure, right? Where you can go 6-2 or whatever and make it. And resistance doesn't matter. Yeah, I could go 6-2 and still make it. We're still in it. But yeah, my lack of Roxanne is not making a difference here. We just lost because we didn't set up good enough. I mean, we did what we were supposed to do, like put up Klefki. I maybe should have opted first. I didn't think about that. That probably would have been smarter. The thing is, I would have gotten punished pretty bad had I whiffed Klefki. So I don't think going second is necessarily incorrect. Just there's like the start that I had, like opening Fez made it so I had to just hope to disrupt them, and the disruption didn't work. So, yeah, we're basically checkmated here. I mean, it's pretty much guaranteed they have a lightning energy in hand. But we'll give it a go. We can flip the scripts. We can bunch Varoom. We can play Superior Energy Retriever. Energies. Hooray. Grab more energy. I don't need Pal Pad. Energies. Hooray. Night Stretcher. I guess I should have coin bonus first, whatever. I'm just it's over. It's extremely over. Yeah, boss. Yeah, always KO active, so it doesn't really matter. Where's Luxury Control? Nowhere right now, because Raging Bolt makes me sad. My sequencing this turn has been terrible, but that's fine. Not locked in right now. Having this 5-minute turn when I know I'm just gonna instantly lose to an energy drop next turn. Go broken lever. That's insane. Dang. This is why I don't like these style of decks most of the time. It's just like these games just feel kind of not super fun to play. Like, I didn't really lose that game because I did anything wrong. I mean, just my opponent kind of took the first 2 prizes, so it was a wrap. Like, that's what like a lot of the games is fun, I feel like, which doesn't make it like a super enjoyable experience. Like, I mean, I'm sure I could have played better, but I don't think that would have had any sort of outcome on the game. Like, if I would have PokéStopped, it doesn't even matter if I even PokéStopped into another Poffin. They KO Fez, I start 2 prizes behind, the game's over. Like, it's just all Bolt and Moon. Yeah, it is just it's pretty annoying that like most of the decks in format are just like the 2 prize beat stick, like race decks. Like, at least games with Charizard and Gardevoir, like when those were the top things, games felt pretty interesting and back and forth and didn't always follow like the conventional like prize mapping and all that stuff, like resources were sometimes more important than like resources and drawings are sometimes more important than following like the most efficient prize map. But now a lot of games are just like, I win the flip, go second, take the first 2 prizes, my opponents like then alright, I have to like pray Iono sticks, Iono and stick, let's go next. That's why I like playing Control, because like they kind of can't do that. You have a question? I think it is for the Gholdengo player. Cause like if I don't open Fez there, like I open literally everything, anything else. I can go Poffin double gimme, pass. Like you take 1 prize, I take 2, and then the game is over. I go 2-2-2 and win. But like opening the Fez forced me to get Klefki to try to stop you from playing the game. But you had Prime, so I just want the highest chance of like playing the game. Like most of the time I'm gonna have an entirely single prize board and force the odd prize, so like I don't really care if you take the first KO. If I knew I was gonna start Klefki and have like a pretty good hand, I would go first, but there's like no guarantee that happens. So I'd rather just have like all my Iridas and Ciphers as potential outs to get set up. But I mean, it backfired because I started Fez again. But it's fine. Lots of Moon. It is interesting, like Quad Thorns won Worlds, and it seems like it's less popular than it was before Worlds. Like, let's check the last late night before the World Championships. NA Worlds Prep. Iron Thorns, 21 players, and then it goes out and wins the whole event at Worlds, and it's all the way down to 5. Which is kind of fascinating, like... Were the Thorns enjoyers like did they just play Thorns because they wanted to be different and weird, like not because they actually liked playing the deck? It was just like, I want to be weird and play a deck with only 4 Pokemon in it. Deck is bad, just the variant. I don't think this deck is bad. I just didn't play the best the first round, and pretty much, I mean, that last game I couldn't really do anything. That's why I don't like playing these style decks. Those games are just kind of boring. Bro, saying Fernando didn't win legitimately is just garbage. Like, bro played within the rules that he was giving. Just, I don't really want to get started on that whole drama thing because it's kind of a dumb situation. And like, I mean, a lot of things have already been said about it. Like, you could look at Tricky Jim's video or JW's video if like you want a actual like kind of thing that would happen. But bro, let's let Fernando cook. Bro won. Bro did what the tournament organizers wanted to do, and like there's a ton of people saying that he should have scooped up versus Jesse in top 4. Which, like, you put yourself in Fernando's shoes and you would always play it out in top 4. Like, you are lying to yourself. You're lying to me if you're saying like, no, I would have scooped to Jesse. I would have not played. You're absolutely kidding. Like, no one would have done that. So like, stop saying he should have done it. Like, what? You playing in top 4? What's the difference in top 4? It's like 20k versus you're playing a $10,000 money match. You say you just leave 10k on the table? All right, sure. I do not believe you. I mean, yeah, it was so sad to see people say like asterisks or Mickey Mouse win or all this stuff. It's just like, you would have done the same thing, so just be quiet. Like, it's like, it's not like he broke the rules or anything. He did anything he wasn't supposed to do. Pokemon told him he got a chance to play in top 4. He, like, I mean, of course he took that chance. Like, no one in their right mind would not take it. So yeah, just like, I'm not gonna get into the whole Ian Rob thing, whether it was just, whether it was unjust, because that's a pretty complicated situation, and I mean, it does, and there's kind of a lot of conspiracy theories that have come out of it. Like Pokemon wanted to have a top 4 game on stream, so they gave a match loss. All this other stuff, like, I think, yeah. I mean, you can say that, like, if you look in the rule book, like, unsportsmanlike conduct major, which is something that, like, the exact description that they use is major unsportsmanlike conduct is something that, like, threatens the family-friendly environment of Pokemon, which you could say Ian Rob's gesture was. I think, like, that's a very reasonable statement to say. Ian Rob's gesture was not, like, challenge the family-friendly environment that Pokemon has. So, and the recommended penalty for that is disqualification, and that does not happen. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can look at it, and Pokemon was in a terrible spot. Like, they had no good move, and maybe they didn't choose the, like, maybe they bent their own rules. They broke they didn't follow the way the rules were written. But they really had, like, no matter what they did, somebody was going to be upset. Noodle, how doing you want today? I'm just cheese. Let Ian Rob take that on top 4. I mean, sure. But it feels weird having, like, Jesse getting a bye. I mean, kind of, I guess the argument is that Ian's thing had nothing to do with the actual game that was played. And also the like, when a penalty happens in between rounds, it's, like, in the rules, it says it's applied to the next round. So, yeah, the LASC 2018, people don't remember that happening. That was what was kind of funny. A lot of people on Twitter saying, like they had to play a game. It's, like, not possible that Pokemon could have not streamed. But, like, people forget. 2018 LAIC, I forget who the player was who got disqualified, but he basically, like, they watched back the stream VOD, and the person got DQ'd for stacking, so they never played the final. Like, Azul did not play in that final. So, like, there was just not a Masters final for this tournament. So, like, that conspiracy is kind of funny. It was 2019? Okay. I didn't remember which one it was. I just remember that happening. Because it was, like, kind of a... It's Robin? I remember being Azul, but... I don't remember. Yeah, because it was Danny. I mean, yeah. But yeah, I thought it was 2018. But yeah, I don't remember. But either way, there was an LAIC where there was... No, I'm pretty sure it was LAIC. I'm pretty sure it was maybe look at Danny's page. Alright. O2 as well. I feel this format's kind of brutal. Let's see. Yeah, 2018 LAIC. Yeah, it was this one. I clicked the wrong LAIC. Yeah, but I forget who it was. Yeah, Tord got 9th and got bumped up to top 8. That's what it was, yeah. Back to work, I see you, man. So yeah, the whole conspiracy theory about them needing a game is kind of hilarious when, like, in the past they disqualified someone from a finals, didn't move the person that they stacked against up, so I mean, yeah. Check my Discord DM? Okay. Okay to post? Sure. So yeah, that was kind of funny. I don't really like that argument, FM Radio. Pedro, okay. I forget who it was, but I remember they were stacking, and that's yeah, they were stacking Muck. That's right, that's right. Not that too. I mean, it's just it is what it is. I like the arguments of like, oh, there's worse things happening out there, so the Ian gets in trouble, but that doesn't matter because there's like cheaters who still play the game. Like what Ian did was not very smart, and he deserved to get punished for it. And yes, there are people playing the game who have repeatedly cheated, who Pokemon should probably be stricter on. It does feel bad that they're still playing the game, but that does not mean what Ian did is like, it's okay, because what he did is worse, or his what he did is not as bad as what like notorious cheaters have done. So I'm not saying that you meant it that way, but like I've seen a lot of people bring up that kind of argument. They didn't invite me. I mean, I just wasn't good enough. Yeah, that final never happens. They like this LAIC, like Daniel Altavilla did not play anyone in the finals. Like the person that he was gonna play against stacked on stream in top 4 was disqualified like in between after the game was finished and before the finals was played the next day on Sunday. So there was never a Masters final. And they did not like do what they did with Ian. Like whoever that person beat, they did not move them up. Oh yeah, I am on the same page that Pokemon needs to be more like cracked down on cheaters, like especially people like Adair that like did it so blatantly on stream and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, like come on. If you are that brave to do it on stream, then I can't imagine what you're doing off stream. So just get him out of the game. There's no place for that. Gentlemen need a Masters fix too. There was quite a few people from Worlds who are complaining about Gentlemen's, or people backing out, which some of it's like language barrier and makes it hard. But yeah. Yeah, that's like the popular conspiracy theory is they wanted a stream game. I think Alessandro's control, I think it's fine. It's like a much more like retreat lock approach than more than like offensive, but I think it's fine. I think like against a Regidrago player who knows what you're doing, it seems hard because they don't have to overbench. You have nothing in your deck that's like applying significant pressure. Like if I'm gonna sit there and attach energies to my dude over and over again, like what are you gonna do about it? And like Cape's Cornerstone's pretty difficult for Drago to deal with. There's the Sob stuff, Genocide takes away Prime, like you still have stuff you can do. It just seems a little iffy. I haven't really been a massive fan of like passive game plans into Regidrago. Price on price checking turn 1. Yeah, if you haven't seen the video from today, it's a bang. You definitely should. But I talked to Sandra about that, and I think there's like so much, like, there's like no one really is opposed to just like looking at your prize cards at the start of the game. Like, I don't think there's anyone who's just like, yeah, I love prize checking. I want that to stay a part of the game. I think this deck's pretty solid. Like the Alessandro list. Terrible into Iron Thorns. I don't think it would be that great into Miraidon, because they would just kill your bird instantly, and dealing with Mimikyu is really no problem. I mean, I guess Cornerstone's kind of annoying, but they still have hands. Yaka's, I agree. Yaka just seems terrible. Your 9 to 5 is prize checking. True. Play 4 heavy balls. If you do an open heavy ball, just tough luck. You just gotta. Yeah. Oh yeah, that Bradner clip was so bad. Like that 5-minute turn. I have to say that like Bradner has so many examples of that throughout the season. Like many times where he's manipulated the clock. It's so bad. Like, and if he's doing it on stream when everyone's watching, like, I can only imagine what he's like off stream. It's probably even worse. It's like, honestly, Brad is one of the least enjoyable players to watch because of how painfully slow he plays. Like, he's an amazing player. He's one of the most talented players in the game, but he plays so gosh darn slow. It is so unenjoyable to watch. Didn't he appeal the warning too? It was like what was weird is like when Cal Connor got the DPL, they didn't let him appeal, but then when like they let Bradner appeal it and stuff, like I mean, it's within his rights to appeal it, but yeah. I think some of the pace of play stuff, like on stream, you're a little like out of your comfort zone a little bit. So I could see not like the clock being a little hard to keep track of. But yeah, it feels really bad. Like, yeah, some of that stuff is just crazy. The first round, I don't know, like I priced 3 Gholdengos the first round with turn 2 KO versus Drago. In the second round, my opponent took the first 2 prizes as Raging Bolt, so not a whole lot I could have done in the first 2 games, but I think my list is missing like a Roxanne, so that would maybe help things a little bit. I think like if Jesse wasn't undefeated, I think the Fernando situation wouldn't have gotten quite as ugly. But like everybody was rooting for Jesse to like the undefeated run, and then like Fernando playing like a deck that's not enjoyable to watch. Jesse had abysmal luck. Like everything about it just seemed unfair. And then people started like bashing Fernando like crazy. And it definitely feels really bad, like if I were, yeah. And like also Jesse like thought he was facing Ian, then like relatively last minute it's like, no, you're facing Thorns, which would be kind of weird to like adjust to when you like have a game plan in your head that's then not gonna be, yeah. It was certainly a weird tournament. I mean, there really isn't a deck that's no skill, but Iron Thorns is definitely pretty low on the skill spectrum. It's probably the easy second format, right? Should play your 16? No shot. Whole team decks. Those were never meta viable. That doesn't count. This meta is so crazy. Should you just bring Draco or Zard to Baltimore? I mean, I don't really have much of a clue what I'm playing to Baltimore. But I mean, I think both seem like pretty fine picks. Just whatever deck you feel better about. If you think your Zard list has like a solid Drago matchup, I'd say like that seems like a really good play. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing Drago. Install is probably easier. Yeah. And also stall you like I mean, your games do have a little variety. You're not just spamming the same stuff over and over and over again. Like Thorns pretty much has 0 variety in your gameplay. There's at least a little with Thorns, or a little with stall. But I mean, your game plan, like your games are pretty like scripted. Like you have stuff that you're going to be doing pretty much no matter what. And they're both kind of in like the same spots. Like Snorlax, like either I'm gonna throw 6 Snorlaxes at you. If you have enough switches, great, you win. If you don't, you lose. And I mean, Thorns is kind of the same way. I'm gonna lock your abilities. I'm gonna flip heads on my hammers and catchers and judge you. And if you manage to set up and knock us out, well, I lose. But if anything goes wrong along the way for you, then I'm gonna win. Gosh, these hands today. I mean, I didn't open Fez. I did like the Rabska technology, not gonna lie. Run registration for Kentucky. It opens on the 28th. Iona for Roxanne, remove the Varoom line. In my initial open Kieran. What feels bad is I really want a Hyper Aroma to thin out the deck. Alright, good. I want to thin out the deck, you know? I think we just this is kind of a chill angle for sure. But then if I burn the Aroma and they play Iona, then like I just can't set up very well. Yeah, August 28th is when it starts. I can send you the Arcanine link. A thumbs up. Oh no, not like this, bro. That's almost game. Okay. What's it with me prizing Gholdengos today? Alright. Do I have a way of guaranteeing win? Not quite. I get Irida. I'm still at like an energy short, right? We'll see what I win bows into. I can just chill for this turn. We're still it's not weak to metal. It's ice type. So we go concealed. Oh yeah, we have it. Assuming the Switch isn't prized, actually. Alright, sick. It's fine. We always win next turn. But do I play Switches? Yeah, I should have prize checked that the first turn. But I'm an all-out Mickey, so. But in Northeast regionals besides Baltimore? I mean, there's Toronto. And there's gonna be more revealed. The dash again to the Kyurem. They have a research. Pretty painful, but they're still alive. I think Lack should be banned. I don't think any deck should be banned. Like, or if a deck's going to get banned, it better be like a toxic problem of a deck. And Snorlax is definitely not a toxic problem of a deck. It is boring. But like, then there's always going to be a most boring deck in formats that you don't like watching. So, like, dude, just like ban every, like, I don't know. It's just such a weird precedent if you just start banning everything that's just boring. We almost can knock him out. I need to... We're pretty close. I mean, I'll just knock out Kyurem if we don't have it like that. Or even just bundle KO Radzar. I'll hold the Poffin for a moment. If we hit an energy here, we're cooking. Oh, bro. Back it up. This game's over. This game's over. Alright, Superior Energy Retriever. Alright. That was a good game. I think the format's gonna change the entire meta. That's like one thing. I haven't really looked at it too much. There's definitely a lot of impactful cards, but it was pretty interesting hearing like Sanders say in the interview that he didn't think the format was going to change all that much. Which, like, if the, like, I mean, in Japan, it's been a lot of the usual suspects. So, I mean, yeah, makes. I mean, Palkia does seem pretty good. Definitely seems like a decent deck. I never played on my hand enough to be able to. I really want to boss this turn. I don't. It's not the end of the world, but I can like coin bonus, switch, coin bonus. Well, let's conceal first. The Ultra Ball. I need an NCR as well or something to be able to take this KO. I can probably just get a Vessel with Irida. Alright, so even if we do find everything, we can't get there. So it's alright, we can just Irida for. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, let's just pop before we do anything, let's pop Iron Bundle. Let's at least force them to give me the Radiant Charizard. Okay. Then let's grab Irida. Play Irida. I have to knock them out, right? Okay, that's fine. We can conserve our superiors. I don't think I want to give them PokéStop. But do I really care? I'm so far ahead. And like also now I clean the energies out of my deck. So I don't really have cards like I'm super upset to draw into. I think I will go for another Gimme here. Gimme's not in deck. It's fine. We can get Fez. We can get Fez. I really think I only lose if Iono somehow sticks me. Also, everyone will be playing Area 0 anyway, Incineroar trying to load their bunch. I mean, maybe. I think stadiums go from boss prize sick. Prize sick is overrated. I think that like stadiums go from like pretty low value right now to extremely high value. So that will be sort of interesting to see how decks are built, because like things like Regidrago or Charizard, even Gardevoir, they don't play a ton of stadiums, but you do want to play a lot of stadiums or vacuums or things to be able to constantly bounce to Area 0. But like I've seen some Japanese lists that are playing like the Area 0 and then like the whole Regi squad to be able to like load up the Galvantula. I've seen like Glass Trumpet Blissey combos. I love how they super rotted and then they just threw away their Radiant Charizard that they threw back in. Oh dear. What's the safest deck for Baltimore? Probably just one of the aggro things, like probably Regidrago or Miraidon. Regidrago, Miraidon if you're afraid of Raging Bolt. I don't think I like Thorns because there's probably gonna be more or some Thorns hate going around. What's funny is the Razzler doesn't even matter. I guess if you can do it twice it does, right? But yeah. Alright, we finally got on the board. My opponents definitely did not draw best. But it's okay. We take it. Had some tough luck so far, so we'll take it. Ancient Box. I think Ancient Box seems pretty solidly positioned. If like a lot of like if this is your expected meta, like you're expecting a lot of Moon and Raging Bolts and Miraidon and Quad Thorns, then Ancient does seem really good. What do you think about the Kobe Gholdengo list? I think it's pretty cool. That's kind of where I got the inspiration in my list for the Klefki. I'm still not sold on Palkia. I think it is interesting, but like, yeah, I'm not like sold it's like the way to go. But I mean, it does seem interesting for sure. Like the Pokemon catchers is something I hadn't thought of. Like, because like Hyper Aroma is just so cracked. You kind of can't play Gholdengo without Hyper. But to get max value out of Ninja, you needed to really play Prime. But Pokemon catcher kind of fills that void a little bit. Sure, you go adding Noivern and help against Ring Moon. Thorns, Bolt, Miraidon, Ancient Box. Not really, because you also have to, like, there's so much Pokemon catcher and Iron Bundle and stuff to get around the Noivern. You sort of have to be able to like get like Lone, Drago, which like the way lists are built currently is just not possible. I mean, you like have to play like Penny, maybe even Scoop Up Cyclone. And like maybe that's the way to go if like everybody's playing Miraidon and Bolt. Even, but it's like not as good against Thorns because they have hammers and stuff, so they can like hammer off fire energy, play Judge, you whiff fire energy, and then you're kind of sad. You did 70 last turn and getting 2 hit back. Yeah, I don't think the Noivern combo seems interesting, but it is like a lot of slots in your deck. It eats up your ace spec as well, so like not playing Prime definitely feels kind of. Hydrapple. I mean, Hydrapple seems neat, but like, what does Hydrapple do that's like special? Like, I mean, it's tanky, but like, there's a lot of stuff that just one shots it. So like, and you're gonna have a bunch of 2/10 guys on your board, so like, your tanky factor is mitigated a little bit because you're gonna have a lot of liabilities in play. And stuff like Bolts and even like any Radiant Charizard deck can just one-shot you, so I'm not too not trying to rain on the Hydrapple hype. But yeah, I don't see the appeal. I mean, is this something new and shiny and cool, but I don't see how it's just like anything that's like actually good. Oh, probably. Clone seems much better than Cyclone. Oh, I agree. But in order to like accommodate Noivern, you like have to play Cyclone. Yo, did you hit another Drago? Or not another Drago, another Bolt? What are you talking about? You haven't even used the Giraffe. For the new Vikavolt? What does it even do? I don't remember off the top of my head what that card does. This? What am I missing? Does the Charge Bag have a cool ability or something? I mean, you get a bunch of dudes. Is there an old Vikavolt? Draw. Oh, this one. Okay. Xurkitree Axe reprints. There is. Mirage Step. Okay, yeah. I mean, that seems kind of cool. I mean, if you can constantly chain charge bugs, you're doing pretty good damage. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that Vikavolt sucks. Like, why are you excited for that? But yeah, that's pretty neat. Like, you can do 280 for 2 energies, like some EXP shares to retain your energies. I could see it. I mean, it at least seemed like a pretty fun deck. Yeah, I doubt it's too meta. It's probably too slow to keep up with a lot of things, but it seems pretty fun. Excited for Radiance to rotate. Charizard feels way too good right now. I mean, Radiant Charizard has always been a powerful card, but like, when the whole format revolves around 2 prize beat stick attackers, and there's a single prize attacker that can one-shot all those 2 prize beat sticks and like skew the prize trade, Yeah, it just doesn't feel super fun. Drift Bloom? You swear it's new? Alright, we'll fact check you here. Drift Bloom. There you go. It is a new one. Everyone explode now. What a classic. It damages your Driftlings too. Something like the Palafin deck ideas that runs around a little bit kind of failed. I just think Palafin's not like. It's just not. I don't think it's super consistent. In your matchup, like, you do seem pretty decent into like a lot of the 2-prize decks. You do seem pretty rough into Charizard, and Charizard guarded by things like you can't one-shot. But I'm not sure it's just consistent, yeah. Silver Series, bro. But they're just to announce it, bro. You just get instant credibility by using Everyone Explode now. So since we have a little time to kind of yap, I have a league challenge this Saturday, and I've been playing goofy decks for league challenges this season. Like my last challenge, I got a dub playing Toad Scroll. So at least initially in the season, like before, like when it doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't need to try hard stuff yet. What goofy deck do I play? But also, first place gets a Shrouded Fable ETB. So do I try hard? Yo, good job, fanboy. Because I have, there's like, I thought playing Great Tusk. I have some other goofy decks that would make insane Twitter bait. But also, I mean, that Shrouded Fable ETB sounds pretty nice. Try with a goofy list. I mean, I did win the last challenge with Toad Scrolls. So, like, that's what kind of, like, makes me kind of, like, you alright about memeing. Because I still probably have a shot to win, even if I'm playing a dumb deck. But also, like, I'm paying money to enter, and I kind of want to recoup my money. So what's worth more? Playing a dumb deck and having a good time? Or being a sweaty tryhard, winning a Shrouded Fable ETB, and keeping it on my shelf forever? Or selling it? Let me, Masquerade Dragapult deck. That does look pretty funny. I did see that list. Because also, I could be getting IRL reps for Baltimore. Which, something that's I've been accused of in the past is, James, the reason why you don't do good IRL is because you play too much online and not enough in person. So, yeah, maybe I should, actually try and get more reps so I don't do bad at Baltimore. I do kind of want to defeat the online only allegations eventually. Yeah, I am, Casey. Yeah, I am happy Luxray finally got its own category. Very proud dad moments. It's like seeing your kid that, like, you as a baby, now it's all grown up. You watched every step of the way through the good times, the bad times, but here we are. Gotta be the one trick allegations first. True. Actually, allegations I gotta beat. I'm an online only Pidgeot control one trick. And there's of course the paid actors online. Hope to run into me. Oh yeah, I'm sure we will. Paid actors IRL too. I've not had very good luck running into those at regionals, at least. Just the all-out treasury. Like, the online paid actors are extremely affordable. You just gotta know where you to get them. The regional paid actors are a lot more expensive. So, like, it's not a great, like, proposition. Like, you spend, like, a lot on paid actors, you win the regional, but you're in the red. Like, so it just doesn't, it doesn't work out. Like, it doesn't make financial sense. You just kind of gotta, like, put it up to chance and hope that you just somehow skill diff your opponents enough to do well and cash out and end up in the green. But I mean, it's not easy. The online paid actors are so much more affordable. Like that's why I do very well online, but not IRL. It's not a secret. I don't like lying. He'll do it for cheap. He'll do what? That's oh no. Sam the paid actor. I mean, that's fine. Try harder IRL, bro. Real. Why don't you just go to more IRL events, Blitzel? Why don't you just do better? Why aren't you just better at the game? Real. Yo, Sablezard cooking tonight? No, casts Zuka automatically. Minus credibility. Wait, Cass is playing Pidgeot Zard? No shot, bro. What? When I get into Balti? Sometime Friday. Yo, no way! It's so over for Sablezard. Alright, any of you Sablezard copers who were left, it's over, bro. If, like, the ultimate Sablezard goats is not playing Sablezard, it's over, bro. You gotta bail. No way. I didn't think I'd see the day. Marco's Sablezard list does look pretty cool. But, like, Kasa Suzuka's been, like, Sablezard's strongest soldier through all the trying times. Man, it's over. You Sablezard copers, I don't know if any of y'all are in chat right now, but you gotta pack it up. It's over, bro. You're just taking a break. I mean, maybe. Bro was playing Sablezard for like 6 months straight, so, I mean, maybe. Bro just wanted a little bit of a break. I like my theory more. Sablezard sucks, and he's just doesn't want to do it anymore. Doesn't want to lose, because obviously losing is not fun. What should I write on the Adore? I feel like I should write something. Let's write... I'll let Timmy, my goat. I like writing stuff. It's fun. Hey, what was that? Poltergeist, or whatever this thing's called. Stanisha. PCGL's #1 fan. Not gonna lie, I feel like PCGL's overhated sometimes. I'm not sure that's much of a hot take. I do find myself playing less PCGL than I played PTCGO, but I feel like the PTCGL haters are coping a little bit. Like, I mean, it is Pokemon. Pokemon's fun. So, yeah. Yeah, if you didn't have like a bunch of codes or a ton of time to grind, PCGO did kind of suck. Yeah, like trying to... I mean, I do not miss the trade economy at all, bro. So much Roaring Moon. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's crazy, bro. That is messed up. Man, that's not the... man. Okay. That's certainly something that you can name yourself. I'm not sure I agree with that. It's definitely not a name I would choose for myself, but okay. Here we are. Imagine bro gets top 4, that'd be wild. And top 4 loses to Marida. That's my playing Lugia though, so not quite the same. Palafin 2-1 dropped. Bro, that's tragic. Was it the only Palafin? It was, man. Feels bad. Yo, Conk though? How am I a Conk game? Ugh, it's bad. Bad. I mean, shout out Conk, it's the BDIF. You have an idea who the Ian Rob guy is? I mean, you can tell. You just like gotta go on Limitless, find their name, and then just like on the search bar, like say like what their actual account is. But I don't know who that is. My friends with them IRL. That's funny. Yeah, I don't really want to go too much into the E and stuff though, man. It's kind of this is a family-friendly channel. We don't bring up stuff like that. That's potentially not family-friendly. I want these. I want these, like, any kind of content on this channel to be stuff that I'd be okay with my grandma watching, because I know she sometimes watches the stuff. So I need to make sure I don't say anything that will potentially make her, yeah, it's just not appropriate. Shout out all our grandma. But yeah. Yo, that the Tim Danklin Dark Red Echo is sick. Yo, and bro came out of retirement too? Man, you'll love to see it. My goat out of retirement. Play online tournament with Darkrai. Not gonna lie, this seems like one of those like goofy combo decks from like way back in the day. It's kind of like a throwback, right? Just go fast, blow stuff up, but it's also like kind of combo based. Yeah. Reminds me of, I don't know what it reminds me of, but it looks like an old expanded deck. We're probably gonna go to Louisville. I think that means I gotta go to Louisville. Then I gotta meet up with the GOAT. All right, I'll just win Baltimore so I can go to Louisville. Trust. Sorry, control. I your cup. Got 4 ties. I know 40 chance to win, bro. What? You think that? No, Dapper Seeking pilled you? No, that's kind of tragic. How'd you beat Drago and Snorlax, bro? You're goated. I'm the Dortmund and Will. I mean, if I'm not going to every regional in America, I'd say it's pretty unlikely that I get to not every, but even just like any events in Europe. Oh, we're up against the deck. We are up against the Henry Brand. But that deck is extremely bad. I don't think we can beat this at all. Yeah, this is terrible. We need, because they just item lock us and we just lose. How does lock speed now? Like Great Tusk? We probably just hand lock them, right? Just goes to Rosic Snipe and looks like I'm at UIC. That's a lot more likely than going to a regional there. Still not extremely likely, but I mean there's at least some sort of chance. I still don't really know how seriously I want to chase it this year. I mean, yeah. What about London IC? I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not thrilled to face this, honestly. The deck does seem like, I was thinking about playing this on stream earlier, actually. It just seems like a pile. But it seems like a really sick deck. Like, once you get going, it seems really sick. I should just get totally destroyed by item lock, though. I guess maybe Zacian carries. While they're doing 30 a turn, I can just like poke. It's probably still not good enough since they can just gust or like knock me out with a Dusknoir or something. In Cali. The thing for me isn't the location. I wouldn't care like where they had worlds. Like I'm gonna want to compete against the best players in the world no matter where it is. So the location doesn't mean a whole lot. I can see why it would be like make it more appealing to chase. Like Japan would definitely be cooler to visit than California. But I mean, yeah, the appeal to me isn't the location. Yeah, the back-to-back California does feel. I can see why people aren't especially happy. Why? But it 3 out of 4 games, bro. Stop this gosh darn PTCGL RNG, bro. Should put it in Madrid or something. Doesn't Spain have like gambling laws where you can't give out prize money, charge entry for a game of chance? Isn't that why they I knocked my glasses off? Dope. Isn't that why they only have SPEs in Spain? Because they can't give out prize money, so I feel like Worlds would be like yeah, I know people were like trying to get Spain World. That was like one of the like Barcelona Worlds or whatever. Like, that was one of the hype locations. All right, price like your Charizards. That sounds like a skill issue, to be honest. All right, I am definitely scared of what could happen next turn. I'm not going to kid you. Alright, let's get things moving here. Let's get a Buddy Poffin. Let's get ourselves a Radiant Greninja. I'm just going to clean the deck of gimmies. Honestly, I think Gimmighoul is better than Revavroom because Reva gets stuck. I don't mind drawing into more energies, so I'm going to hold the vessels. The one thing that I dislike, not just the one thing, but a thing that I dislike, is my SCRs do not work. And that is very not good. I'm gonna throw one away because I'm like, I would be very surprised if I do not get item locked next turn. I did price, what, 3 energies? No, what? This is. Yeah, I priced triple energy, which is pretty bad in this matchup. I can't actually knock my opponent out then. MacBook through a window? Oh no. Alright, so there goes our Saluna. Ultra Ball. So they can't start item locking me. Oh, Iono, that is devastating. All my energy's to the bottom of the deck. It's gonna be like impossible to find them again. I can't spin stop either. I need them to whip item lock this turn. I need that to happen, or we're probably just cooked. And even if they do hit item lock, or even if they whiff item lock, I'm probably still in trouble. Or yeah, if they don't have it like that, but they do. That's a yikes. Man, it feels bad. Price triple energy in against, yeah, the Nets. I was gonna say, is Gust Zam ever an angle? Which I guess maybe it could, because they don't play a ton of switches. So maybe that could be our way back into the game. I'm never going to draw into my energies. I have to somehow shuffle the deck and then draw into them without... I can't really spin stop. I mean, the spinning stop doesn't do anything. Oh man, this is brutal. There can't be too many just straight Banets in this tournament. So yeah. And my board's gonna start getting destroyed right now. I can't like punish them like popping the Banets either, or popping the Dusknoirs either. I guess this deck does go into others, so it's a little harder to find. Oh my gosh, the double Dusknoir. So they're probably gonna go pop, but they could knock out all my dudes here. Curse Blast, Curse Blast. Wait, oh, I thought what they were gonna do. I mean, they still can take 4 prizes this turn, which is pretty gosh darn good. I thought what they were gonna do was go Curse Blast this thing, Curse Blast this thing, Counter Catcher, KO, Gholdengo, and that would have been sick. But they must have whiffed Counter Catcher. Alright, so 2 for 2 trade there. Get another Duskull down. I mean, I still probably lose. They get back Ursaluna here. Or no energy. Wait. Why are you ever back seconds Dusk? You can't pop 2 of them. Oh, you just item lock me. Yeah, how am I beating that? Let's be honest. Let's just try to trap the Alakazam for a turn. Maybe that's an angle. I should have probably flipped first, but that's okay. Nothing changes. Lady and Fisherman? True. I definitely should have done. We need Prime and Switch to be prized so they whiff a turn. I can go KO Ben. Even if I go KO Benek though, like, best case scenario, I can't even do that next turn. Well, I guess I technically could, right? Like, best case scenario, I go Switch, Benet knockouts, like, all of that. They just item lock me again. And, like, then what do I do? I need, Starmie from Evolutions. Recover my energies. The Iono is definitely annoying. It'd be nice if we forced Prime Catcher. Right, my hand's not bad. There's Switch. Rip. Okay. Curse Blast. Ah, they're gonna go Curse Blast KO. Why didn't they do that first then? They're gonna go Curse Blast KO. I guess then they Iona themselves 1 card lower. They also Iona me 1 card lower. No, you could pop the dude Iona. They definitely misplayed. G2 drop. Good. I see what they're trying to do here though. They're trying to pop 1 next turn, KO Gimme. And just win. This match is just miserable. I can't really do anything at all. Yeah, I have Cypher plus Fez. But that doesn't really get me anywhere. I have like Fez into Boss Trap the dude. I have the Prime as prize or something. Okay? What am I playing? Seeking? Most likely never. Alright, fun. Look like a scoop angle. Nah, Prime is prized. Trust. Prime is prized. They have 1 Psychic left. 2 Night Stretchers. They prize Psychic. Night Stretcher, for sure. And Prime. So they cannot move this out, Kazam. If they did prize Prime, there might actually be a window for me here, to be honest. Or this could just be game over. No Prime Catcher. This Banette deck looks very, very fun. I have to admit that. Deeking's busted though? Oh, for sure. What do they grab? It does not let me look. Probably Dusclops, huh? No, the Blood Moon. Attached to the Blood Moon. Prime Catcher. Up the Cheese Stick. They're gonna knock out the Cheese Stick. Oh, if they hit Candy, they just win the game. Alright, that's pretty good. You have a good deck. Dang. My opponent was just playing Solitaire that entire game. Yeah, I was never playing Pokemon that entire game. I mean, but I took 4 prizes. I didn't do anything at all, but I took 4 prizes. Had I not evolved into the Gholdengo, did I have a chance? I guess technically. But no, I don't. Because they go Dusknoir, KO Gimmighoul, Prime Catcher, KO Gimmighoul. And I'm cooked. Yeah. And this was kind of a disappointing run. I didn't, like nothing happened. I guess this is kind of a summary of the state of the game, though. I feel like you have, like, a lot of those games that are just like, well, cool, my opponent played Pokemon. I kind of tried to do stuff, but I faced Banette, which I would say is not meta, but I mean, sure, yeah. That deck is, I mean, it's sick. It just happens to bully Gholdengo, especially when the Gholdengo goes seconds, and I got 1 turn without with items. Yeah, that was pretty miserable. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how the game feels right now. Like, there's a lot of, like, just more so than I think previous formats. It just feels like a lot of one-sided games. Like, a lot of games where your opponent just takes the first 2 and the game just ends. Because Disruption doesn't really do anything anymore because of Fezandipiti. It's hard to play evolving decks. Everything's so fast. And then Regidrago kind of gatekeeps a lot of that stuff. I would definitely admit that I was wrong. This format does not feel very enjoyable to play. Like, yeah, and I don't think it's gonna get especially better with Stellar Crown. Like, there's nothing that's like solves the problems of the format, which, yeah, kind of unfortunate. I'll just go back to playing Control. That's just what I do. Oh, there's only decks in format that are fun. Like, I'm not saying that. I mean, like, yeah, if you're playing off meta decks, like, you're not, I guess, expecting to win, right? But you're having a good time, like the Toad Scrolls or other things of the world. Yeah, it just like it feels like a lot of one-sided games of Pokemon where like just turn 2, you feel like you have no shot at playing the game. Like it's like, well, opponent took the first 2. I could just scoop it up here and go next. And yeah, I kind of, it's like, yeah, where did Pokemon, like, where did things go wrong? Because like it definitely does not feel incredibly enjoyable. Better than VIP Pass Wars. I'm not sure about that, to be honest. Like, VIP was a very unfun card. But some of those, like, later, like, Scarlet and Violet VIP Pass formats felt fine. Even, like, these, like, previous formats without VIP were, like, pretty good, honestly. But, yeah, just right now, like, everything... Like, there is a lot of different decks that are good, but just, like, the decks that are good play very similarly. Like, everything that... Like, if we look at last format, I mean, there's just, like, a lot of different styles of decks. Like, there's Lost Zone, there you got your hyper-aggressive decks, you got stuff that's, like, in the middle. But, like, now it's just, like, everything's a hyper-aggressive deck, and then you have Thorns install, and you have Gardevoir and Charizard just, like, trying to hang on. Yeah, there feels like no room for comebacks. I think because of... Yeah, like, Fezandipiti kind of just makes the game a lot less fun to play. Because, like, the check to those aggro decks for a while has been, like, well, I get off to a fast start, but my mid-game can kind of start to fall apart. Since I don't have, like, a engine to fall back on. I'm just kind of hoping that my sheer aggression rolls them over, but, like... It's just so convenient. There's like no opportunity cost. Like it just goes on the bench, and if you're KOing my Fezandipiti, you're not removing like the actual threat. So it's like feels bad no matter what. I think about Lecture right now. I still really like the deck. I just don't like how good Raging Bolt did at Worlds. I was kind of hoping it had like an off tournament. I was hoping that it. I mean, it didn't do like exceptionally strong, but like. 1 in top 8 is kind of like enough. So, like people are gonna like if it totally like if it did like what Guardy did with like 2 in top 32, like people would be pretty down on the deck. And I guess that was the only Raging Bolt in top 32, but like or no, there was one other one hiding down there. But like that top 8 placement looks good. Yeah, it just that matchup kind of concerns me. The Iron Thorns matchup, I think. Like, no matter what you do, Iron Thorns is just kind of icky for control. You can play, like, triple Mimikyu, but that just feels gross. Like, I wish there was, like, a more convenient way for control to beat Iron Thorns. Like, with control right now, it just feels like... Like, before there's been, like, a lot of great one-card answers. So, like, things like Mimikyu, like, even, like, in the past, like, Cloth. You had like great one-card checks. Even like Snorlax could do heavy lifting in certain matchups. But to deal with like a lot of the top decks, you need like packages of cards, and you can't play like every single package of card in your deck. So it just feels kind of. I think this is kind of the. This feels like the weakest control's been in a minute. Yeah, Cornerstone helps. Like, Cape's Cornerstone's really annoying for Drago to deal with. Like, but yeah, it's like not like if you're gonna sit there behind Cornerstone, they're gonna okay, I'm gonna go Prime Catcher KO Pidgeot, I'm gonna Legacy Star Cologne, knock your dude out. Like, yeah, I like Thorns is not a bad deck. It's just. I hate seeing it do well. Honestly, this is so uninteresting, and it's like kind of a summary why the game is not fun right now, because like you have a deck that its sole purpose of existing is just like making your opponent not play the game. Like the ideal Thorns game is your opponent just sitting there doing nothing, which is, I think, kind of a problem. Yeah. I try to be optimistic. I don't like to just like go on big rants complaining about how bad the game is, because like, I mean, it's most of the time a lot of these things are kind of overblown and it's not as bad as people say it is. But can we say about locks? I guess. But like, at least as lax, like you can play cards. Feels like things feel like within your own power. Like if I play well enough, I have a very massive advantage. Like I can, if you play well against all, there's just certain matchups that feel basically unlosable. If you're playing well against all, but like Thorns, it doesn't matter. Like they ability locked you. They hit heads on their hammers. They at your Lost City, your guys. Like it's just over. And there's like nothing you can do about it. And there is some of that element that exists with stall, because like there's sisters and Aries that can, and flutes. But Thorns just, I think, is just like the worst of everything. Like ability locked and preventing you from playing the game at all. Goofy coin flip cards that can just make or break the game. Yeah, it just feels like even if you're just rolling Thorns, it's like not a fun game. It's just like, okay, draw, knockout, like you can't do anything. Like it's just, you're doing 120 a turn, my thing is 300 HP, like you're not winning. Like the games don't feel interactive at all. Yeah, the coin flip cards just kind of add insult to injury. Like it would already be unfun to play against Iron Thorns if it was just Iron Thorns, but the coin flip cards make it a lot worse. And yeah, flutes definitely make Snorlax feel like a lot more of a game. Like you can do everything right, flutes hit, and you're still cooked. Flute is kind of like coin flip card. At least you can manipulate flute a little bit. Like you can get your things out the deck and throw them away. Like you can do stuff to reduce the probability of them hitting. But like Thorns, it doesn't matter. Keeping C tier, throwing it in happiness. Tina's still not good, buddy, but it's fine. Yeah. I just like, I'm not enjoying the game, but like, and maybe that's just because like for so long I'd just been like maining control and I felt really great about it, and like always seemed to come up with something that felt really good into the meta, and like the way control plays is just very interesting, and yeah. But right now I'm feeling kind of lost. Like what, I don't really know like what I want to play. Like what, like everything that kind of just feels bad. Like you play an aggro deck and you just play like the mindless games of 2-2-2. Like I lost not because I made a mistake, but because my opponent won the flip and took the first two prizes. Like Lugia just feels like a casino. Like always, there's like Zard and Guardy like trying to hang on but don't have great matchups. It's just like, it just feels not incredibly fun, and I'm like not necessarily looking forward to playing more of this format. You know, you just gotta push through. Things aren't always easy, I guess. But like I don't want to put down control. Like, time for a break. I mean, I kind of can't take a break. Go to Baltimore? Yeah. That's why I'm like, if I wasn't going to Baltimore, I wouldn't care. I just play whatever the heck I want and have a good time. But like, that's why I'm like, I have to like play meaningful games of Pokemon in this format. But like, it doesn't feel fun to play meaningful games of Pokemon. Like if I could just goof off and play Toedscruel and Crazy Dusk Nordex, then I would feel fine. Like before Worlds, when like I had nothing going on, I could just play whatever the heck I wanted. it felt fine. Like I could goof off playing crazy piles, but now that like it's kind of like set in, like okay, Baltimore's like 3 weeks away, you kind of start putting things together here, and then it's just like, well, this format doesn't feel that great. Yeah, Moon definitely seems like a deck that could get popular. Like, I mean, Roy Moon in the past has done that, and doesn't really feel any different now. I mean, hopefully Soccer Crown changes things. Who would have thought one single bird would have made the format so unfun? Like, I think if you just take Fezandipiti out of the format, it's like so much more enjoyable. Wait, what happened first? The Ross top 8 or the Ross top 32? Forget the Moon timeline. Wait, was it? Oh, in Portland, you got top 32, then ever. Ah, okay. Yeah. Alright, yeah. I forget what the timeline was. Yeah, I mean, decks like Miraidon and Raging Bolt and Moon have the history of being popular, so they're definitely going to be popular. Top World's Dragapult, why is there no ace back? Wait, really? What? Yeah, you are right. I have no clue. Why is there not a new upper energy in here? I mean, new upper Master Ball, like Prime Catcher, Scoop Up Cyclone, like literally anything. I mean, I guess, bro, it's either a limitless deck error or, which I don't think like ever happens. Doesn't happen very often. Or bro just did not put an ace back in his deck. Forgot to do it. Was it Fez, the comeback potential? Yeah, there's like no comeback potential in the format because of Fezandipiti. Like there's like so many bench sitters that like having another 2-prize liability on your board does not matter. And like these aggressive prize race, like 2-prize basic beat stick decks, like before the counterbalance to them has always kind of been like, well, you start out fast, but your deck kind of falls apart in the late game. So I can play an Iono, I can knock out the best energies, and it can be sort of tough for you to piece things together. But like now, it's so easy to find Fez, and it puts in so much work. It's just, yeah, it makes things a lot less fun. Because once you start ahead, it helps you maintain your advantage. Man, that's crazy. The Moon propaganda of Charlotte was insane. Yeah. There just feels like so much uncertainty after the Worlds stuff. Just like, is Thorns gonna, like, a lot of the decks that did well like weren't necessarily expected. He played Neo Upper. Okay. Like Miraidon was underhyped, Moon was underhyped. Like stuff like Zard, Charizard, or Zard, Gardevoir, Lugia, like they didn't do as good as people expected them to do. There's Thorns that came out of nowhere. Just like, where does this format go? Like, is this just gonna be like the top 5 decks, like top 4 decks are all just like the same thing basically? Like it's gonna be Drago Drago in like Miraidon, those decks are a little different, but like is it just gonna be like Drago, Miraidon, Bolt, Moon is the top 4 most played decks? That would be kind of sad, but I could see it happening. Like I bet Charizard's probably in there somewhere. But dang, if that's how Baltimore ends up being, that's gonna be kind of sad. Like if it's just all different forms of 2-prize go fast decks. Price list on Twitter. Someone wants to drop a link in chat or something. B6 flavor of the week. Yeah, pretty much. I didn't like mean to go on like a big rant complaining. Here I am sitting in my basement playing Pokemon. Look how terrible my life is. This game's not fun, but yeah. It is kind of frustrating and annoying. Yeah. But I just like the last time I felt so uncertain about a metagame, and was not enjoying the game that much, I like almost sent Cloth for a regional. I kind of do not want to be at that point again. But yeah, I have some ideas for control. I need to still try. I'm just not where I want to be right now. It's kind of crazy stall underperform. Like everyone was, myself included, was saying about how nutty stall was going into Worlds, and it just it did terrible. It was like 3 in day 2, and like it was like the 7th most played deck. Like stall's never highly played, but like usually it converts like semi decently, but it did. Yeah, 4 stalls for being like billed as having the most impressive match spread format. We're testing Stellar Crown Hard and hoping for the best. Yeah, it's probably a good thing that this format only has 2 events, because like if this was like the same span of time as like the Silver Tempest format, there would be a lot of people very, very upset. It would not have been. I mean, yeah, it's probably a good thing that this is only for a couple months. Usually, like, I like to play more anti-meta stuff. Like, that's like the kind of the style that I like. It's just weird because like the metagame feels narrow because like the strategies of decks feel the same, but it also feels wide at the same time. There's like so many different decks that are good, they just feel like they all do the same thing. I mean, I could just play Drago. I mean, but why doesn't everyone play Drago? Like, why doesn't everyone play just the best deck in the room? I don't want to, like, if your mirror match is just like against another good player, it's just a coin flip. That sounds pretty bad. I don't want to be flipping coins multiple times during a day. You know, Guardian Ancient. I mean, I don't know what your local meta looks like, but I mean, just play what you're good at. Honestly, just I've given up gaming locals. Just play what you're good at and just win. Like, just be the best player in the room. I don't like stressing out about like, oh man, if this person plays this and that person plays that, then like I gotta play this. Like, no, just play the deck that you're best at and show up and win. Ancient good? Yeah, the Ancient's solid. Zardbolt's a pretty fun and good deck. I've never really enjoyed Zardbolt too much. It's been always been like a pretty big pile when I have tried it. I might try some Banat. That deck seems kind of fun, especially that Henry Brand list looks pretty broken. We just got sauced by that. Oh yeah, for locals, don't overthink it. I mean, like, obviously, if your locals is full of Iron Thorns, do not play Lugia. Like, no matter how good of a Lugia player you are, it's not gonna matter. But, yeah, just yeah. I always love the locals dynamic of when a stall player shows up and there's like the whispers like, oh, that guy's playing stall. We gotta put our tech cards in our deck, and then there's those people who, like, added their Miniors to their deck, like, don't hit the stall player, so they just were playing a 59 card deck the entire day. Even if you play Flutter main, the matchup is still not good for Lugia. It's just like if Lugia is playing against a Spiritomb deck, it's harder for you to set up, and it's a Spiritomb deck that can one-shot your stuff turn 2. And if you drop the Flutter Mane too early, like before you're going to use it, it's going to get gusted and knocked out, and you have no way of recovering it. Then you can't use Summoning Stars. So you have to like hold on to it, but if you hold on to it for too long, they could like, judge it away. They could. It's still not a good time for Lugia. Maybe you could play like double Flutter Mane, and it would be like winnable. But yeah, it's not good. You could go try winning Cubs. I mean, if you're good at Ancient Box, then sure. I don't just play what you want. Don't overthink it. I mean, Iron Thorns is always going to be as good as the meta around it. Like, if the meta is dependent on EX abilities of non-future Pokemon, then it's going to be very good. I mean, not very good, but it'll be a deck that exists. But if the meta is not, then it's it's going to be bad. I feel like this format could use like a Lowland Muck or like a Lowland Muck or Garbatoxin or something. Just some kind of check to all the broken basic Pokemon abilities in the game. Like the Squawks, the Ogre Pawns, the I almost said Oricorio, but Fezandipiti. Just like something to kind of rein in the broken abilities. Because yeah. Silent needs to be reprinted. That would be interesting. Yeah. Is there any other tournament site that I could jump to? I'm probably too late if like was one at like 8. Oh yeah, I'm not yapping for another hour and 18 minutes. No way. Yeah, this format's just... I think probably this was like... Yeah, the world's finish was just like so messy. It just like makes things a lot weirder. Like a lot like if Reggie Drago would have showed up in one, like Reggie Drago, Charizard, Gardevoir, Lugia, and Cut. Like what everyone expected to happen, even like stall up there too, would have been like, all right, sick. This feels manageable, but like since it went so crazy, like the first, second, and third place decks were definitely unexpected. It just feels weird. How do you get cut points? I mean, you usually can't go to multiple cups in a day. That's like, I mean, so if it's like a best of, I mean, cup starting at 2 p.m. is kind of bad. It'd be there super late. But yeah, I didn't mean to turn this stream into a big rant about why the game sucks. But it kind of did. I mean, I think everyone was ready for block. I don't know what you hit. I don't remember what you hit. It's just... I mean, it's a deck where you kind of... Or by sending block, you kind of are like, well, I either hit the matchups... I hit the good matchups and do very well, or I hit the bad matchups and do bad. Like, there's not going to be too much room to play through those, so... I mean, like Azul's group played block and they didn't do very good. I don't know like what matchups they hit. Block did seem to do pretty poor in the tournament. 3 Jaggers and a Zard. I mean, those matchups don't seem too out of whack, honestly. Like those are all like the most popular decks. I mean, like the Chi-Yu Zard and Luxray Control, like those are definitely less popular things, but like everything else is stuff that like you could expect. Latrans, does it show the decks they lost to? Like, no. Yeah, like IRL tournaments are closed lists, so you don't get it's not the same experience as online. I might just play Great Tusk because there's a tournament tomorrow. I might just do that. Yeah, I might just play Great Tusk tomorrow. We'll see. I want to do something goofy. Yeah, we're over this format. We just want to be funny. Yeah. We'll find something though. I'm definitely gonna keep cooking control. Like, I had some ideas I wanted to try tonight, but like they seemed undercooked. I like had a really sick pilot that I cooked up. That I spent like on Monday. I spent like 6 hours playing. I was like so sure it was broken, and then it was terrible. Like, I literally spent like I spent like half the day playing it. It was almost insane, but it was just like, it was not good. I thought I broke the format for a minute. I thought I discovered my Mewtwo Union. I might play that. I'm not gonna leak it because it is like S tier deck. Honestly, like S tier meme deck. Might play it to my challenge this weekend, and if my locals knew I was playing it, I would very easy to tech for it. I might play that this weekend. Just stay tuned for that because it is one of the most Blitzle pile decks of all time. But yeah, I think that's gonna about do it for today. I have a disappointing stream. It didn't really feel like I played like meaningful games of Pokemon because like every single round, like first rounds, my opponent popped off, started 2 prizes behind, lost. Started 2 prizes, like I started 2 prizes behind against Bolt, lost. Opponent bricked, auto lost. Like, yeah, this is what it is. Are you starting to keep the cards? Yeah, most of the time they let you keep the stuff. At least my locals do. But yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll have some kind of crazy thing to try tomorrow or whatever. We're just gonna have fun with it because yeah, this is. I don't think I could just keep playing decks like Moon and Bolt and like I could not stream that kind of stuff for weeks. That just would not be enjoyable. I have no clue what I'm playing for Baltimore. I felt pretty good about Luxury Control before Worlds, but Worlds has me just, yeah, I have no clue where I want to go. So Andrew Sander, hey. That was a really cool episode. Like, that's one of my favorite videos I've recorded. I think it turned out really well. Just like the, I mean, yeah, just like the way he explains things is just really, really good. And yeah, there wasn't like any like meta specific things really in there, but like hopefully it's like something that like stay like something you could like watch like 6 months from now and you still could get value out of it. Like that was kind of the goal of it, was just like put a like sort of unique perspective out there, something that people might not think about, but you could watch. Like no matter if you play in Control or not, you could watch that video, learn some new things, think about things you wouldn't have thought about before. Because like just talking to him for that 30 minutes and that there, like you just like you definitely like think about things that like didn't initially come to mind. He definitely looks at the game a different way, and the perspective is very cool. So I was very happy to be able to like capture that and like share that. So yeah, definitely watch that video if you haven't already. It's definitely one of the goated all-out uploads, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else. I could play like 50 games a day, but that seems pretty unenjoyable. You have 4-0 United Wings? Did they crack the code? Oh, they just faced a bunch of moons, which yeah, that would be pretty good. Not the Rabska technology. It's just a goofy deck. It is just a goofy deck. I could see single prize decks like this being good though. If I mean your Drago match has to be terrible. Like, yeah, it sucks. Like the stuff that beats the big beats the decks loses to Drago. Very sad face emoji, honestly. But yeah, I think that is all. Unfortunately, I had a rough run on stream lately, but yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Hopefully, there's meaningful discussion that happened. If not, if there was nothing meaningful, go watch the Sandra video. There's definitely meaningful stuff that happened there. But yeah, I lived up to the all-out Timmy on the whiteboard there. Goated. But all right. Yeah. Best luck to all you gamers playing it in late night. Join the Discord. Check out the sponsors, the Metafy group. Yeah, all the cool stuff, all the YouTuber stuff. I'll be back tomorrow doing something. I don't know what yet. But we'll figure it out. Maybe some control. Maybe not control. All right. You have a good one, and see you tomorrow. Watch the Sandra video. It's good.